We're going to look at some ways for getting up and down off the floor a little bit more easily and a little bit more safely, particularly if we've got injuries or our bodies are just falling into dysfunction. It's really important to keep our ability to get up and down off the floor because it's a primary movement. And also there's a lot of really good exercise we can do on the floor rather than standing on our feet. So we want to know how to comfortably and safely get up and down. Now, if you're having problems getting down, what can be helpful for some people is using some kind of a support to show them the ropes, and then we can take the support away as we increasingly don't need it. Now, using a support to get down, most people are really over-polite with receiving support. They don't feel comfortable in receiving it fully at all. So we start off with a nice sturdy piece of furniture, something we can really lean into and it's not going to slide out or collapse. So now the polite way is usually looks something like this. Yes, oh, thank you so much, thank you for your support. And then you reach inevitably that point where the support isn't working because you're being too polite. So what we have to understand is that if our bodies aren't able to support ourselves, we need to receive that support from elsewhere. So at that point where you are struggling to find support within your own body, that's when you know it's time to shift deeper into that support until you relax and you regain your composure and feeling of ease in your body. And then you start to learn how to organize your body around that support. So you're not being polite and considerate of the object giving you support. You are using it to its maximum. So again, we could be really polite from here down and again, it's not working. So we learn how to maximize that support so that we don't have to support ourselves. So the more we lean in, the easier and the greater the lesson is for our body to actually receive what it needs. So again, from here, we could be very polite. Oh, now I'm down, thank you, I can take care of it. And yet your body is not comfortable. So continue to lean for as long as it takes you to come into a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. So for people who cannot kneel, you're going to have to learn how to come into your most comfortable position for you, which may take a bit of time to discover what that position is because you haven't been down in any position on the floor perhaps for some time. So we can do our exercise routine or we can just enjoy the novel sensation of being down here instead of standing or lying on a more elevated surface. The ground itself is very therapeutic in itself. Just being on the ground gives you a whole different feeling and perspective. So we've done our thing on the floor. Let's see how we can get ourselves back up. The way up is the same as the way down. It's all about leaning and getting ourselves in a position that allows us to lean even more. So this position here was not good for leaning. I can't get any lean. So get myself into a position where I can lean, and then I keep maximizing the leverage. So you're wrapping yourself, folding yourself into that support and using its solidity to give you the structure you need to support your body. Now, let's see how over time you may find, okay, after I do that a few times, and after I get really good at that, your body starts to pick up new skills. So you learn to lean so much that your body starts to get more confident. It starts to know how to move with gravity and with available support, and your muscles start to relax a bit more. Your body becomes more efficient. So the more you do it, you may find that you're getting a little bit more agile, a little bit quicker with it. Down, you know the formula, right? It's not polite, it's leaning for all you're worth. You'll get better and better at leaning. You'll get more and more comfortable with the coordination of your body interacting with the support. So now, over time, what should happen is that you will need the support less and less as your body gets used to coordinating and relaxing, until eventually what we can do is replace our separate support with the support we can find in our own body. So let's look how we can do that. So here we have a leg, which is maybe not as solid as the furniture, but it might be by now all you need. So if we lean into that leg, and come to a point where we're uncomfortable again, we can simply just adjust our position a little bit more, just as we did with the furniture, and adjust ourselves so that we're leaning into that leg a little bit more, and adjust our body. Oh, look what happened. Now we've got two supports. And just lean down, lean back. Now, if we open up the floor with our feet, that's going to be a really big help as well, because now we're plugging into the floor itself as a support. So let's look at how we can come down using just our own bodies for support. So if we look up for a start and let our hands slide down our knees. Now if you keep looking up, your body's going to be more structurally positioned than if your head goes down, because then your spine flexes, which is equivalent to saying your spine collapses and your knees will fall in, your shoulders will drop in. But if you look up, everything opens and you feel more solid. So if you lean over onto one elbow, which enables you to lean into that knee, lean into the other elbow, and then we can just drop one hand, which means one knee will come down, drop onto that knee. Now always, if you look up, your body is going to function much more structurally than if you look down, then you'll collapse. So get the other hand down, and if you can't kneel, just come on into a sitting position. Enjoy the floor for whatever purpose you want to be down there for. And when it comes to coming up, we come up the same way that we came down. So using our hands, first of all, to use the floor for support. Then we lean down into our leg, looking up. And if we start to wobble, just bring your weight further over that support and reorganize. Oh, I've got another knee. Now, once we're here, it's fairly easy. You just press your pelvis forwards and rest back and open up the floor with your feet. Good. Very good. So start off with an outside support and then explore the structure of your own body to give you support. And now we'll show you a more advanced method that is just much simpler than all of that. If you can get to the next step, it's so much more simple.